That's fine. Get a lot of hill time on that second hard point because that's what really matters here.
Oh, we're late to the party.
We're a bit late to the party here. We do have Cleveland already in the hard point. I saw an MP5 there for a moment, but it looks like Cleveland going to be on the hard point initially, but Sydney just take it back.
Yep, it is going to be, well, for those who aren't aware, the update did go into effect last night. So there are going to be a number of weapon changes here. The Krieg received a slight buff. The Type, or not the Type 5, the QBZ has also got a bit of a recoil change. The 74U has been changed slightly with the SMG attachment changes. So expect MP5s, possibly a Milano or two along the way as well. It's actually going to bring it up real quick. And it's only one MP5 is the only difference there on the minimap, I think, right now. From
disturbing lack of the bullfrog.
Of course, you do love the bullfrog, but I mean, off the rip here,
who doesn't love bullfrogs?
Cleveland is up early, and they
actually managed to break that hard point from the far side, and it looks like they've kept Sydney off of it for the first 10 seconds or so. You get a little bit of a staying alive play here coming out of Bentley here in the back on that tube area. Gonna get a nice kill on a 3 streak. Can he make it? He's gonna fall for the 4th, but what that's doing is that's drawing a lot of players away from the hard point. And look at that, based off of that play, Cleveland gonna get in the hard point with 30 seconds left on the clock here and spawn Sydney out. And Prufio just got a 4-piece.
I completely missed that. I won't even lie, I completely missed that. But Prufio starting off 8-3, so a hot start here. As you can see, 2 are going to be picked up, but that's actually 3 going to be going down from the side of Cleveland. They're still going to have the back spawns, but Sydney should be able to break in for this last 10 seconds. Prufio on a 6 killing spree now. As we're going to go back over here. Is absolutely just blowing his way through the enemy team. As Prufio is going to hop up top, as we are going to transition over towards P3. Cleveland starting off with a 40-point lead. Prufio is still going, is going to get shut down. No streaks, I do believe, were earned there as a result of that.
I believe the artillery was earned there, but I still do really like that play out of Prufio. Checkmate, obviously, streaks are pretty important on any map, but on this map where so much of their usable area for streaks are covered, it seems like Prufio didn't get scared, start playing for streaks, was still pushing the hard point with his teammates, made sure that the plays kept happening. That's really important because you don't want to lose any hard point time because your teammate's playing for streaks here. But as we say that, 3 go down on the side of Cleveland, and Sydney still no hard point control. They're going to get that with 20 seconds left, but they're down 60 right now, and still, it just seems like they're getting those important kills, but they're not getting the time.
They made I don't know if you noticed, there's also a change to the headshot icon, it looks like, in the kill feed. It's now very red. So that's new, I'm pretty sure. I don't recall that being there before. Prairie is going to put in shots from up top plane. Plane control is so important on this hill because it gives you so much oversight. As we are going to have Cleveland spawning on the preferred side. Chico's going to pick one up in the middle of the plane. As that's going to be 3 going down for Sydney. It's all going to be on number 7. That's going to be Scoosh in the bag. He'll drop as well. And you're going to see the players are going to be pushed up. Chico's kind of pushed up inside a plane. And we're going to see where Sydney can kind of force out Chico, or what they're going to decide to do here. Is there's still 30 seconds to go in this hill.
Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic play out of Cleveland here. As you're going to see, they're going to lose the hard point now for the moment, but they're going to get it back just as quickly. And with how far up Chico is pushed in playing with the positioning of the other Cleveland players, the Sydney Dingoes have to spawn in that back P2 area. And with that, you're just going to have so many gunfights that you have to win in order to just touch the hard point, let alone to actually control it. So you're going to see now they're finally going to get a contestation on there, but there's only 5 seconds left. Prufio's on another 5 streak, by the way. They just get taken off of it, but that was almost completely uncontested for the entirety of that hard point. And Cleveland's going to be up massively because of it, almost up 125 points.
Yep, I mean, Sydney has not got much going for them so far. As you are going to see, well, King is going to get shut down up top. Prufio is going to be there on the stairs as the push is going to start in. Asinine is kind of receiving shots over there, is going to fall back. Prairie's going to flank around from the back, though, and is going to be looking, trying to pick up the spawns. Shots are going to go down. Alex M will pick that one up. 14-9 right now. Prufio 19-8. Absolutely leading the way. Scoosh 14-11 on the other side. As actually spawns have been broken. Sydney has the hill.
Yeah, I believe that was Prairie, just pushing through the back there. Did not get that kill, but was able to flip the spawns. But you did see an instant challenge in the side of Alex M, who did know that those spawns had flipped and was looking for those kills. Did fall, but now Cleveland They're okay giving up the last 15 seconds of that hard point because they've got full plane control. All 4 players somewhere on or around that plane. One's going to fall now. Two's going to fall now. This is a big, big break here if the Sydney Dingoes can get this time, as this is so crucial, being down by so much here.
Prairie with the unfortunate timing as he hops out of the plane right into the waiting hands of 2 players. Right now, Cleveland does have the back spawns. If you're Cindy, you have plane control, but you need to get the kills. You need to push this one out because you really need these back spawns here for P2. You have 30 seconds to go still on this hill, and really, I mean, you just don't have the control that you need. As the shots are going to come pouring their way in, but I mean, yeah, if you're Sydney, you have to start pushing up towards this P2 because that's a lot of hill time you gave up the last cycle, and you can't afford to do that again here. You're down 130 points, and it doesn't look like Cleveland's going to let them get any close.
Yeah, this is just great play again out of Cleveland here. They're going to give up 2 seconds there at the end, but they have spawn control. They have a nice setup little triangle in that top right corner of the map. As I say that, it's going to go to a rectangle, but you're going to see all of the Sydney Dingoes players pushing that far bottom right side, and they're going to go 2 down, 3 down, and now it's just left up to one player who's pushing through the tube, and it's going to be putting shots down, but you've got an AR, and this is a tough fight to win up close and personal, and guess what? Cleveland can win on this hard point.
That's a great shot actually that just came through from King, and will get shut down, and the trades will be there, so Cleveland will repossess the hard point. And they, yeah, you're right, they still have time to win it here. This Prufio is going to call in the artillery, sees where everyone is coming from, is going to swoop out, pick up that kill. And again, the players from Sydney just can't get close to the hill. You have to contest for 2 seconds still, and I mean, you can't contest when you're dead.
Yeah, that was an absolutely perfect retake there out of Cleveland. They had a little bit of a pinch because the players on Sydney spawned so far out, but Cleveland's going to win it 250 to 67. And that was a very impressive showing, not just from Prufio, the entirety of the Cleveland roster, but here we're going to see Prufio. I believe this is the 4-piece. There's 1, there's 2, and it looked, yeah, this is the 4-piece. Oh my goodness. Oh, there is no fear in any of those challenges. Those were precise shots.
Well, we are going to be in Moscow S&D. Map 1 did go to Sydney Dingoes due to a forfeit for GA usage. So we are going to be set up here, ready to go.
Yeah, and this is a pretty standard push here out of the Cleveland Misfires, but I see a Milano on Alex M, and oh my goodness, let's get it. The Milano comes out. That is a nice first pick there. Is he gonna
they didn't
this
see
close corner?
2 players ran right by Asinine actually, and that's now going to leave King in a 1v3 on the flank. Would have been a good flank, except nobody stayed alive. He's going to pick 1 up on a Prufio. Chico and Bentley now in the 1v2.
That was a great play there out of Chico, as Chico teammate fell, did not give up the plant. Very important to get that plant down. 15 seconds already gone off of this time, and King just, it doesn't seem very decisive about pushing this because maybe looking for an easier pick here, but oh, I think Bentley might have just seen King. Maybe. No, the timing's not going to work in his favor. But 15 seconds left, 7.5 second defuse. Only 1 player really needs to stay alive here, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Bentley there gets stuck on the door, on the glass there. You can see him just trying to run into the door and going, oh no, I can't get away. But then he does get away, and then returns fire for the kill. So everything works out in their favor. And that is going to be round 1, going to the side of the Cleveland Misfires. So starting off exactly where they finished with the hard point. So even though they didn't end up getting that map win, they're already off to the races.
Yeah, it was a strong first round. Like you said, that corner that was being played was so perfect, and that flank was such a perfect pinch combination. And unfortunately, just didn't work out as no one was able to stay alive for too long. Alex, I'm still running that Milano, and we're going to see Bentley pushing up pretty aggressively in that mid. But Prufio is getting aggressive on the outer wall as well. And this is going to be a nice little 2v3 here as the bullets are still flying. Make it a 2v2. Does Scoosh. Going to fall, and now it's all left in a 1v2. There's 1 on the bomb. Did he see him? Going to get 1. Both full health. 74U versus a Milano here.
And the Milano comes out on top.
Does that go to, is that Point Italy? Is that where the Milano's from? I would assume.
Something like that.
Sounds Italian.
I mean, it looks like an Uzi basically. I don't know where these names keep coming from, to be honest. One thing I do want to note though, actually, is that Cleveland is running 4 SMGs. They have 2 MP5s, a Milano, and a 74U. They haven't even bothered with they didn't even bother with an AR.
Well, yeah, that was. I guess it's just pretty aggressive. Their guns are still feeling pretty good after what happened on that first map. Like you said, they did forfeit that first map due to using some illegal attachments, and it looks like this is a B push, and my goodness, Sydney is not ready for it. They're going to be rotating as quickly as possible, but they're not ready at all, and it shows in the way they're pushing. Is they're going to have a little bit of a 2-2 split here. The bomb's still going down. One did fall on the side of Cleveland. Prufio holding this close corner. This is a nice janitor's closet.
Yeah, it's pretty nice overall. It has 2 doors. It's not something you normally see in a janitor's closet. As well, the piece going to come through. That was a great check, actually, from the side of Scoosh. Scoosh is still going to stay alive. Scoosh is going to pick up the kill. Alex M in a 1v4 is not going to pick it up. Sydney Dingoes are going to take the round. So as much as they were not ready whatsoever for that B push to come in, they had a perfect retake.
Yeah, that's one of those perfect retakes that you can't even really explain. It's just one kill after another happening so quickly. So, absolutely beautiful retake there out of the Sydney Dingoes, as they're going to bring it back to within 1 here, as we're going to see this pinch develop. Here's 1, and I believe this is the final kill here onto Alex M, who's just the last one up in that 1v4. Unfortunate situation there for Alex, getting left alone there, but good bounce back round there out of Sydney, as they were not ready for that B push. Let's see if they in turn have their own little B push here to maybe throw off Cleveland. Looks like we are going to see an AR coming out of Cleveland though on this round.
Yeah, Bentley has put away the MP5, it looks like, in place with the Krieg out. So something a little more what you're used to. I mean, maybe they just decide we're just going to freight train every single player that we see with the 4 SMG rush. I mean, it does look like they seem to be relaxing a little bit about that. As first blood is going to go to Prairie. That is the AR down from the side of Cleveland. So Alex M is going to fall back as the flank is going to come in. Prufio's got a big flank here. No one's watching. No one's watching.
Prufio got the most amazing COD timing I've seen in a decade, and Cleveland off of the back of that Prufio flank. That flank made the player who was left alive on that bomb site turn around, allowing Alex M to just come out and grab a nice little kill. And then I believe it's a 2-piece actually from Alex there at the end there as well. Yes, it is going to be a 2-piece here out of Alex. And that's going to result in a 3rd round win for Cleveland Misfires.
Yep, we're going to hop on board Athenine here off the rip. As it's going to be Cleveland on the attack, we're going to see where they end up going. I mean, the beat push worked out good for the first half of the round. And you know what's that like when they had us in the first half? Well, they really did have it in the first half, and then the second half they did not have it.
The second half they did not lie. Or I guess they did lie. But you're going to see Prufio getting aggressive, gets 1, going to get traded.
Oh, Prairie picks up 2.
And now it's Alex M in the 1v2.
All the trades just happened in the span of maybe 5 seconds there. As Alex M is going to wrap around the back. I don't believe Asinine knows there's someone back here. He's playing the spot quite well, but will get shot in the back here. The trigger discipline here. As well, Alex! Alex!
Alex, what was that?
I don't know what we just saw there, or what Alex was trying to do. I mean, maybe the finger twitched or something and didn't actually shoot when he was supposed to, but that's an oopsie. That probably wasn't supposed to happen.
That's we can oops, isn't it? Moving swiftly on. Maybe Alex was waiting for a second player, the other player. Maybe they was assuming they were bunched up together. Teammates might have yelled at him to pull the trigger, and eventually did. But look at this.
Bentley just got through right down the middle. As well, there you go. First blood.
No one on Sydney was ready for it. Yep, but Sydney already pushed through here in mid. Gonna get traded out there by Alex M. Was Prairie. Bentley staying his life. Scoosh in the window. You're going to see another kill coming out from that mid lane, but now it's a 1v2 for Scoosh.
And to see if he decides to swing this or not is, I mean, Scoosh is going to be working his way. They know he's back here.
And that's the unfortunate part for Scoosh, is because Scoosh was so focused on that fight with, I believe that was Bentley at that statue area, was unable to. He's going to get shot in the side here as well. Unlucky there for Scoosh, but because he was so focused on that fight in that statue area, didn't put the bomb down. Put the bomb down, you know, I believe that's would have been 10 seconds that have gone by. So this would have been a, you know, 30-second clock in a 1v2. That's very winnable there if you are Scoosh, but unfortunately just so focused on getting that kill.
Yeah, might have forgotten he had the bomb too. There's always that possibility.
Also possible.
Because you actually can't really tell unless, because you only see, if you have the bomb, you only kind of see that bomb icon beside your ammo or something like that.
That's why callouts are so important, everyone. Make sure you tell your teammates. This is an interesting, looks like it's going to be a little bit of a fake from Alex M there, as you throw the stun, throw the trophy, and then dip the other way, because Alex M had bomb and was all alone on that A side, but it's a 3v3.
They're basically trading spots on the map here. As you're going to see two players from Sydney wrapping towards the back of A as well. They're already on top of B here. Prufio is going to be set up inside here, and it's going to be a 3v3 retake. As Asinine is going to pop in, well, that was a pretty good bait and switch if that was the intention there, to be honest. But now it's a 2v3 retake, as Asinine was unable to prevent the bomb plant. And now their team, they should have spotted Alex M, I want to say, go into top cop. They should know. And there's someone in a perfect position here. It's going to be Chico from behind. Is going to pick up one. There's the trade. Or not even the trade, just the pickup. And that's going to be Cleveland going up 5-2.
What a beautiful setup there. You got Alex M in the top window. You've got Chico in one. You got Prufio. Just kind of alternating between that bomb site and that other apartment window there. So you've got the Dingoes who don't want to push towards that top PD area because Alex M has the advantage. Then you've got Chico laying in wait in that apartment room. Absolutely beautiful setup there. Sydney Dingoes didn't really have anywhere to go. They just had to walk into the firing line. Absolutely brilliant play there.
As Chico is going to pull out an AR for this back position, and honestly, I'm stealing that post plant setup from Cleveland because that was a fantastic way to set up for B. You know the players are going to push courtyard. You had the one player up in cop. But I should stop talking about the previous round because this is a new round. Asinine is going to get the worst timing in the world. As right as he gets off the heady.
Stayed alive.
Somehow is still alive, actually, even though he's taking shots from all the way in the back. He's going to repost up here. Should have got didn't get a hit marker, actually. Doesn't know someone's back there. Chico's pushed up. And then King. Oh, man. This is going to be a heck of a waiting game. As finally, someone's going to bite the timing here. Actually, the worst.
Some timing to Cleveland, or I'm sorry, someone redistribute the wealth of Cleveland's timing to Sydney, because that is twice in the same round. The perfect pre-aim was given up, leading to the death of a player, and oh my goodness, that's
Sydney,
just unfair. I'm so sorry.
You can't even say unlucky at that point.
Do you think the Sydney Dingoes, if they're on offense here, because I'm not quite sure, I believe they should be on offense here,
they're on defense.
They are on defense. I was going to say I would have liked to have seen them hit B pretty aggressively, but it looks like they're going to be giving up quite a substantial amount of pressure towards A, as you're going to see all four of Cleveland push that way, and
no Milano.
Only one. No Milano from Alex M this round, but you can see already one tick has gone through. There's actually there was for a moment 4 players on the A point, but now there's 3, and A is going to be taken within 10 seconds of the round here, unless... Oh, three go down.
Asinine just picked up a huge 3-piece. I completely missed that. I just saw it at the very last second, and holy crap, what a swing this has been. Because all of a sudden, Cleveland goes from basically looking like they had a guaranteed 8 cap to suddenly being down 5 lives. What happened?
You know, you can't just chalk it up to individual play, but my goodness, what a play out of Asinine there. It's going to extend that streak to 4. Can he make it 5? Yes, he can. Looking for streaks now is Asinine, but you're going to see the entirety of Cleveland be pushing that B side now, and Alex M knows that there might be a flank here, but is going to look for the kills, and mid is going to not get either of them, and now it looks like they've switched spawns at this point. Are we playing domination?
I don't know, because, I mean, the shots are going to come in. Asinine's going to be taking one down from up top. Is 6-0, so what a start there. As Chico's just utterly surrounded, but these guys are going to hop right back on A. This is the kind of ping-pong style that you can play right on as offense. That, honestly, I would make it say it's more offensive-sided. But that's essentially how this map goes. But now you've only got one site to focus on, and for the side of Cleveland, you only need one wave of kills. In the meantime, Asinine still hasn't died.
Yeah, this might be the streaks for Asinine. It's going to be at least the artillery, but you're going to see the amount of mid-map control here out of Cleveland. And it looks like they never really did reset. Prufio has been staring at that back laundry wall side for so long. Since the A point was captured, Prufio's been staring at that wall. And it looks like Prufio finally going to elect to move, as it looks like they're developing a little bit of a pinch there in kitchen. Prufio going to get one. And I'm curious if all of Cleveland get onto B, do we see an artillery here? Is my question, but it looks like that might not be the play. You're going to see, I believe that was one, maybe two, there is someone on B right now. Prufio's staying alive on B.
Oh. Asinine is finally going to go down, but did pick up the cruise missile right before dying. And I mean, look at the life advantage. It's a 12 life lead for the Sydney Dingoes right now. And Cleveland just kind of trapped now on their side of the map. It's just a wall right now. Look at the players from Sydney.
Yeah, this is a great hold right now out of Sydney. If you told me off the rip that almost having two full ticks, almost having three within the first 10 seconds of this round, that Sydney would be ahead by now 9 lives, I would have been a little confused. But it looks like, as I say that, 3 are going to go down, and this is going to be a stack the point moment, doing what Optic should have done. And there's 2 down. 1 is your teammate, but Cleveland gonna win that round. I believe they only had 4 lives remaining, but there were 3 stacked on the point.
That was haul the round back from the dead, basically, from the side of Cleveland. It was 4 to I don't even know what it was. 4 to like 13, 14 or something like that.
I believe it was 4 to 10. If I'm not mistaken, but life advantage definitely going to be in Sydney's favor, and that is an understatement a little bit. But this is an offensive round now for Sydney. They do have a couple of streaks to work with. I'm not entirely surprised that we didn't see any streaks come out of Asinine. There was 2 ticks already completed, and you're going to see now 2 go down, 3 go down on the side of Sydney, and might be a little bit of a reset here for this push.
So this is actually... Okay, so this would have been a massive brain play if they waited a moment longer. So Sydney went 4 down. And then the typical play that comes out of that is you spawn up poolside and you rush straight to B. So if you noticed on the minimap here, all the players from Cleveland turned towards B and were rotating through mid. As the players from Sydney were sneaking in through Art. Now, they were kind of found out because someone ran into them in Art, but I feel like if Sydney snuck around and went driveway or something, they probably would have got 3 players onto A for free, with Cleveland like crossing to the other side of the map, wondering where the heck these guys all went.
Well,
so that was almost a big break.
Strat. I really do appreciate it. Next time we all go 4 down, I'm just going to say, guys, just wait and spawn. But I'm just kidding. We don't go 4 down ever. And you're going to see Alex M posted up top ring, going to get taken down there by Asinine. Asinine continuing to have a bit of a monster of a game here. 10-4 right now. Going to throw that nade out, trying to just keep Cleveland away. You're going to see, I believe that is 2 currently stacked on the point here for the Sydney Dingoes. As they're going to get that A point secure. Got 1:35 right now and only down by 3 lives. So this is quite winnable if you are Sydney, as you're going to get a little bit of map control right now. As you're going to see, Cleveland was 3 dead for Cleveland. Make it 4 dead for Cleveland. They're all going to be on the B site.
Yep, as well. They spawned up right on top of the point, actually. So that was pretty lucky for them as well. Here you go. The charge is coming from Sydney. You're going to have 1 point wrapping around. They have forced the spawn out on the laundry side. As Prey will get caught there. Is actually 3 are going to go down. A huge hold from Alex and Prufio on the point. As that is going to be the hold that they needed. I mean, Cleveland was in a pretty dire situation there, as you had the spawns were kind of cut off. You had players running up kitchen side that were kind of splitting the players from Cleveland, but the 2 players on the point go absolutely massive and cut down all 3.
Yeah, you know, the more I think about it, actually, the more I really appreciate Prufio's play in that first offensive round. They get the point captured on A, and Prufio, instead of rushing or pushing a pinch immediately, waits for his teammates to get control because, you know, once you get that capture on the A site, what the normal play is to push through to the spawn. Unfortunately for Sydney, as 4 go down there yet again, unfortunately for Sydney, that means that the entirety of Cleveland's just going to spawn on the site you now want to attack, making it even harder. So Prufio decides, you know, not to push the spawn and waits for his teammates to get more mid-map control and map control on that B side, allowing you to easily capture that point. And there's only 10 seconds left now. 3 respawns, or 3 lives, 1 life remaining now for the Sydney Dingoes, but Cleveland's going to take it, going up 2-0 here in this control.
I mean, this was just overall a really solid round out of Cleveland. I mean, they didn't really have to pull anything back. I mean, they gave up the A point, but they were pretty okay letting that one go as they just kind of held the line at B, and they held the line at B a lot of times. You had players like Prufio, Alex, Bentley. Honestly, the whole team just really clutched up at pretty crucial times, and that gives them a second round. So I mean, you're going to the third round. I'm pretty sure Asinine still has streaks. It's still fully streaked out, is yet to use them. As we're going to take a look across the board, you're going to have the MP5 coming out on Chico. 2 QBZs on the side of Sydney, so we're going to see right off the rip, we're going to have Cleveland heading right towards A again, and a pretty typical setup. And the double push from Sydney, like what they did in round 1, is going to come out again.
Yeah, except for I think this time they are going to be looking for it a little bit harder. So you're going to see 3 go down in that mid area. You're going to see, or rather 2 go down in that mid area, as now the third will fall. King going to be pushed up into that arc, getting it 2, so that's going to cut off reinforcements for the moment. There's 3 down, and now only 1 player left on that A site. They do have 2 ticks, which does work to their advantage, but now you're going to see that B push come in, and I wonder if this is where we see a little bit of streak usage here.
I think if you're the side of Asinine, I think you need to call one in here. You're completely out-rotated. So unless your guys come in very clutch, which, I mean, that was the one player that you really needed. It was him, basically, that needed to come up big. But also, Alex has snuck back around to the backside, and that's going to be 2. So King will clean up B, as the streak is going to come flying in. So a little late, I would probably say, although to be fair, Asinine did die early on. Was thinking, oh, I can get the... Can maybe get some of the kills before having a streak. But the artillery is also going to fly, and that's going to be 2 streaks invested from the side of Sydney.
About that. Oh, I don't know about that streak usage there. The Trinity, the cruise missile does come in quite late, and you know what? It's unfortunate, but you can kind of burn 1 there. Luckily, Cleveland burns 2. The artillery's gone. Now you just have to rely on holding B, and this is going to be a tough hold. Already 1 tick in. You do have quite a bit of map positioning right now.
Well, everyone's dead.
So I was mistaken about that, and here's where an artillery would be kind of nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you know, just maybe. As you have 3 stacked on the point. No one from Sydney is going to be able to get in there, and that is going to be map 3 going in favor of Cleveland. So despite the double streak investment, which honestly the Hellstorm probably was kind of unnecessary at the time that it was used, especially when King cleaned up all the players. Only picked up 1 over towards A, and honestly the team just wasn't in a position to really capitalize. On every street there is some box of something. So, well, like right in front of you, what purpose does this truck serve?
Well, the reason the truck is there is, so we're going to be kicking off this hard point on Apocalypse with Asinine. You did have that monster start to that control last game. I'm going to see if they can continue to carry over, and it looks like they're more focused on this left side than the initial hard point here. As you're going to see only 1 player that was Scoosh on that far right side. There's 2 fly out, and that's going to be, you know, a little bit of a spawn flip already, as you're going to see Sydney already have control of this bottom right side of the map here on the spawn side of things. But 20 seconds already gone, uncontested, shall I say, to the Misfires. But best laid plans and all, looks like Sydney has control of the spawns and the hard point now with 3 stacked around it.
That was such an important gunfight that King just won in the back there, because if you saw the fact that 2 players were in that back temple area and the parallel spawns came out, and then King won the original engagement, so that was absolutely massive. And King is actually going to get stuck. He is going to go down, so that will be spawns in favor of Cleveland. They're going to pick up basically, I mean, probably a good amount of this time, honestly, unless Sydney can somehow break through temple, as they're going to pick up 1. Actually, that might have been the break right there. That kill might have been it.
Yeah, you're going to see the swarm happening from Sydney, but Prufio playing just the right angles at the right time. As you're going to see 3 players from Sydney did push that backside. All of them shot in the side by Prufio. You're going to see Cleveland picking up some free time here. As there's just so many different angles you have to check. It's a little bit like checking the P3 hard point on Checkmate. There's just so many different angles you can be shot from when you're pushing into the hard point and pushing out of the hard point. Well, it's a lot easier.
As well, yeah, the push is going to come out as me. And honestly, I feel like every time I look at the minimap, 6 players are dead. It's like every time there's just this massive engagement where everybody dies except for like 3 players total. We are going to have the move over towards P3, and Cleveland's going to be a bit late on this rotation, it looks like here, as the players are still kind of hanging around P2. They're going to go up 44 points, though. But Sydney is set and ready, and we're going to see unless Prufio just runs straight down the middle behind everybody.
Okay, so Prufio just hit that top catwalk area. Unfortunately for Sydney, you're going to see them flip spawns, and I do believe this is not the side that you want to be holding right now. I don't know if that came off the Prufio flank or exactly why that happened. Maybe one of the players on Cleveland was too far pushed up. But you're going to see Scoosh now currently on a 5 streak, make it 6. Maybe playing for some streaks here, as this seems like a pretty good map for some artillery backup. And you're going to see, even though they're not holding the closer spawns, they are going to be holding a majority of this time. You've got Scoosh getting more kills on an 8 spree right now, finally going to get taken down, but so much of his time has gone to Sydney, and it's still going to Sydney, as finally the 4 players from Sydney will be wiped from the hard point. But look at that, they've already got a little bit of a setup at the new hard point.
As we are going to have... Well, I mean, yeah, Scoosh is going to be fully streaked out there, and Sydney is holding their own considerably here in the slaying department right now, as we are going to head towards P4. This was the hill that someone did point out in the chat, is one that Alex and Prufio are not very good at. So we're going to see how these breaks come through here. Are we going to see if they can get in, as the players, it looks like Sydney is just funneling players through the front door. And, I mean, 4 go down from Cleveland again. They're just running across the map, and no one's really got any close.
Yeah, it was
Prairie
a bit of a rocky...
Someone just walked right by Prairie. Prufio just went right by him.
That's twice now Prufio's just gotten into the back without any hassle, it seems like. But I think Sydney might have thought spawns flipped there, so they are going to lose control for a second. But King now on a 5 spree. Scoosh was on that 8 spree. Scoosh, I believe, has full streaks. 8 kills in a row makes it pretty cut and dry. But King staying alive on that 5 spree, looks like has already rotated for this new hard point, is looking for that kill onto Alex M, and is gonna get it. That's 6 in a row, and you're gonna see now, you know, Sydney held the hard point very close without much trouble before, so it looks like they might be in a position to do this pretty well here. King not gonna be running any kill streaks, so that 6 streak that did just get shut down isn't gonna amount to anything air support wise. But look at this swarm, the 4 players, all of Cleveland just completely collapse onto the hard point there. They're gonna break it with 30 seconds left. This is good time for Cleveland.
I mean, so far it's not something that I've kind of expected given the way that this series has been going so far, but Sydney looks a step ahead of Cleveland. On all the rotations, Sydney seems to have the early rotate. They're winning the critical gunfights in the back, and they're picking up a lot of this early time, as Cleveland is just now going to retake the lead. But again, like, you're going to have the rotations set up. You're going to have Cleveland is trapped on this side of the map, and Alex M can do something about it, and he will, as he's going to force a spawn flip here. P1's going to start up in favor of Sydney. It's
that was such a crucial spawn flip there out of Alex M, because now not only do you have favorable sides for that next hard point, but we're going to see Scoosh forced to use a streak here. Is going to be using this rocket. Going to get 1, trying to get 2, takes out a teammate with the second one. That's not the fire support you want. We're going to see now Scoosh gets 1, trying to stay alive, just shooting, you know, through the paper walls of... Yeah.
Oh.
And I believe Asinine did a little friendly, self-inflicted friendly fire, unfortunately there, but looks like Sydney much more similar to that first rotation, more focused on getting spawns, but they don't know that they didn't get them.
This was yeah, that was, I think, a bit of a questionable spawn from my eyes there, as if you have 2 players there on P2 and Cleveland still retains the back spawns. Kind of sketch. But it is going to be Sydney down 40 points as we're heading towards P2, and the fights are going to be going everyone's way here. As
you might see the artillery come out here from Scoosh if they cannot break this as quickly as you might want to here. If you want to break within the first 20 or so seconds here, and you're going to see no one really in a position here to get those spawns as you're seeing such important plays out of Prufio, Bentley in the back, and it looks like they might be. I'm not quite sure what Asinine is waiting here for. Is just gonna peek the wall and get taken down, and this is uncontested good time here for Cleveland, as they're gonna break that 200 point mark, and they're gonna be within 30 of closing out this game if they hold the remainder of this time. You're gonna see now King pushing. They don't want to give up that free time, but you know, we spoke so highly of Sydney for their early rotations, winning those important gunfights, but it seems like they kind of forgot about that going to this third hard point here. As you're going to see now, luckily they do get some favorable spawns. You're going to see King come behind 2 players, going to help out Scoosh, who gets both of them. Scoosh on a 3 streak. This is important time. If Sydney wants to win this game, they're going to have to hold the remainder of this time and the next one.
Yep, I mean, this is going to be all on Proofy here. Going to come in from the back, going to catch Scoosh, and there's going to be no one else home. Nobody else is going to be here. King is going to go down. Proofy is finally going to take some shots in the back. That kind of took a bit for Proofy to die there. But again, I mean, you need perfect holds coming out from the side of Sydney here for the rest of this game, essentially, as they're still down 60 points. As they're going to line up right in front of Prairie. He's going to get 2. You're not going to find a third. Prufio will trade 2 back. As we are going to get set.
It was a dual lineup there. Because one's both sides decided to just line up for each other. The last 10 seconds goes completely uncontested, and if you're not going to use the streaks here, Scoosh, this might be where you lose the game, because this is already quite the setup here for Cleveland, and yeah, this is Scoosh needs to get that artillery called in here, because my goodness, it's looking a bit bleak for Sydney as they're within 20 of losing this game and the series.
There's the artillery, and there was good usage there. That's exactly where you needed it to be, as King is going to line up 1, is not going to find the second. Bentley going to stay alive. As well, Alex M now on a 5 kill spree. He's going to be hunted down here. He's going to get taken out. Prairie will drop as well, as the trades will come through, but Cleveland's going to be 10 seconds away here from taking the victory, as the pistol's out. Prufio and Chico combine for 3. And this will probably... Oh my goodness.
Oh my, that is an absolute perfect play there out of Cleveland, as they strung that second and third hard point together, or that first and second hard point rather, together so well in that second rotation, and that's gonna do it. As my good, what an absolute amazing game out of both these sides here. It's a lot, you know, that scoreline, you know, a little under 90 points, I believe just 92.